Dear students, in this video you will see about the some points of the second chapter, and the chapter is matter around us pure. So far you have seen what is matter. So matter is a substance or the things around us having mass and occupy some space. So these are the qualities of matter. So first we see here matter has number one certain mass, and number two occupies volume, area, space, etc. So anything anything which is not having these two qualities, these are basically qualities of matter, properties of matter, will not be regarded as a type of matter or form of matter. Anything. These two qualities are essential qualities. They have to be present. Like uh, any mental feeling, mental emotion, or our feelings, like our feelings, like you know, happiness, happiness, anger, they are not regarded as matter because they neither have mass nor they have volume. So this is the quality that our feelings, emotions, they are not regarded as matter. Now, on the other hand, children, we have the air. You have read in first chapter, air. Air is, matter. Why? Because air can be measured. How? Air can be measured by balloon or any vessel. So very simple to take a balloon filled with air. So we take the difference, and so air is a type of matter because air is made up of different components. It is made up of oxygen gas, hydrogen gas, carbon dioxide, water vapors, dust particles, and many more, countless. So this is the basic introduction about the matter. Now children will see about the classification of matter. And so the point is matter around us pure? So we are concerned with the purity of matter and see how. Now we'll see the classification of matter. Classification means the types. So first is pure substances. First category is of pure substances, and second is of impure substances. Impure substances. So, pure substances, example, elements. Impure substances, example, mixture. Now, children, the mixture, the element. Like, first we'll take the case of element. So, element is defined as type of matter when it is made up of only one type of particle. So, it is defined as type of matter made up of only one type of particles. Only one type of particles called atoms. They are made up of only one type of particles called as atoms. Only one type of particles called as atoms. Now examples are like gold, silver, copper, oxygen, etc. and many more. They are made up of elements, are made up of atoms only. They are made up of atoms only. So atoms are the form of matter composed of or made up of only one type of particles called as atoms. Like here gold, silver, copper, oxygen, etc. Hydrogen, many things. So say take the case of gold. So gold is made up of only atoms of gold. Gold is made up of only atoms of gold. See, gold, you must be knowing gold. AU, symbol is AU. Silver, symbol is AG. Copper, silver is Cu. Oxygen, symbol is O. So when we talk of an element, it means we are talking about the pure substances. What? When we are talking, we are referring about the elements, we are talking about the pure substances. And atoms are the smallest form of matter. Atoms are the smallest form of matter capable of having the independent existence. Atoms can remain alone. So this is the very important point about the elements. So elements are pure substances. And when there is any impurity, it means it will be called as mixture. Now coming to second part, and so this second part, it is mixture. So mixture, it is, again see the definition, it is defined as a type of matter. It is also type of matter made up of two or more substances in any ratio. Here the ratio, it is not fixed. Ratio can be any. Like here saying air. Air is an impure substance. Air is an impure substance. Milk, curd, they are mixtures, they are not elements. Because they are having different taste, the different composition is there. Like air. Air in any city having different components than that of the villages. In village, the pollution is much less. In cities, metro cities, the number of vehicles are much more. And so, air have different composition. Similarly, in case of rainy season, the water vapors are much more. And so, as a result, air have more water vapors. Similarly, when there is a storm, when there is desert storm, what happens? Or wind is blowing very fast, wind is having the lot of dust particles. So the quantity of dust will be much more. So we say that air has different composition. Air has different composition. Same is case with milk. Milk varies from animal to animal. Cow have different taste. The cow milk is slightly thicker. Buffalo milk is having more density. So these are different conditions, and so this is the about the element and the mixture, and so this is the basic classification. Now we will see the classification of pure substances. There are further divisions and subdivisions. So pure substances, children, they can be classified into following types. First is metals. Metals. Second is non-metals. Non-metals. And third is semi-metals. So we'll see about these three one by one. Now see, metals, you all know different forms of metal. Just now you have seen in this video in the start, we have silver, we have gold, they are metals, and many more. Iron, copper, they are all metals. And so metals, they have some special properties. You all must be knowing. We have utensils in our homes made up of copper, silver. They are what? They are made up of metal. So metals are the form of pure substances. They are a form of pure substances having the following having the following properties. They have the following properties. And what are following properties? You all have experienced about the metals like hammer, utensils, bucket made up of iron, bucket made up of, copper, and different things, ornaments. What is common? All are very hard. So, following properties, they are hard, they are hard, have high melting and boiling points, reactive. They are reactive in nature. They are malleable. They are ductile. So these are the properties of metals. Now we'll see. So children hard. So all the metals are hard. This thing. And why metals are hard? Because of the force of attraction. Force of attraction between the atoms is very strong. Why all the utensils, mining equipments, all the vehicles, they are made up of metals. Their main body part, engines, they are made up of metals. Why? Because metals are very hard. Like, for the small kids, the toys are made of plastic because kids are not so, you know, uh, hard. Kids are very soft and so they might get hurt. So, as a result, for small babies, the toys are made up of plastic, soft plastic, etc., rubber, etc. Now they have high melting point, high boiling point. They melt. Melting, what is melting? The change in state from one to other. Like metals on heating, they are converted into liquid. Then boiling means, boiling, you all must be knowing from first chapter. Then metals are reactive in nature. Metals are reactive in nature. You have the seen, the rusting of iron. Iron undergoes rusting. And so there is formation of iron oxide, rust, Fe2O3 dot XS2O. This is the formula of rust. Then metals are malleable. Metals are malleable. Malleable means they can be beaten into thin sheets. They can be beaten into thin sheets. Beaten means they can be hammered, beaten into thin sheets. And ductile means drawn into wire, drawn into wires. And so this is about the metal. So you may say copper, silver, then gold, then platinum, then many more, countless, iron, many more. Now coming to second portion, children, and second portion is about the non-metals. So non-metals, they are just opposite to that of the metals. But non-metals, they have the following properties. So the form of pure substances having the following properties. The characters are almost similar. The points of similarity is there. And so first, mostly, generally are soft. Non-metals are generally soft, like oxygen is a gas. Oxygen is a gas, hydrogen is a gas. They're what? They're gases. So they're not hard. So generally they are soft, low melting, and boiling substances. Their melting points, their boiling points are no. This time, you all must have seen in the news about the oxygen in this time of COVID. Oxygen required. And we cannot isolate oxygen. We cannot prepare oxygen easily because its melting point, its boiling point is very, very low. Oxygen is obtained from the air. It can be prepared by chemical method also, but it is easy to get from the air. So it is taken out. The first air is taken by machines, compressors. Then it is converted into liquid. Then, as just we have seen in the previous part, air is made up of different components: moisture, dust particles, CO2, hydrogen, nitrogen, all are separated. Then first it is liquefied, then all the impurities are collected, then oxygen is there. So they have low melting and boiling points. Then they are not reactive. They are not as reactive. They are as not active as metals. And one very important point is, children, that some are brittle. Some are brittle. Brittle means they break into pieces. Brittle means brittle. Break into pieces. Break into pieces. Like coal. You almost know coal. Coal and hammering, what happens? It breaks into pieces. So coal, sulfur. So mostly they are beaten. They are hammering. They break into pieces. Now, children, the third pure substances, it is of the semimetals. Semimetals, they are also called as metalloids. Semimetals are also called as metalloids. So, as name indicates, semimetals. So, they are half metals, and they have the properties between metals and non-metals. So, they are special type. They are a special type of pure substances, a special type of pure substances made of atoms of only one type. And properties are similar. You can keep in mind properties. Their properties lie between metals and non-metals. And so here non-metals example, children: carbon, then coming to phosphorus, oxygen, then hydrogen, then nitrogen, sulfur. They are countless. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, here. Fluorine, then chlorine, bromine, iodine. And children, here you can keep this bromine. Here I am using the color. So this bromine is liquid. Bromine. Br, bromine. Bromine is only liquid, non-metal. Bromine is liquid non-metal. So this is about the non-metals examples. Then coming to semi-metals. So semi-metals have this properties here. Now semi-metals, they have properties between metals and non-metals. So it means they are neither hard nor soft. Is it nothing like that? They are very soft. They have some hardness. And examples are here: silicon, germanium, boron. This is silicon. This is germanium, and this is boron. There are many examples you'll see, and so they are moderately reactive. They are moderately reactive. It means their reactivity lies between metals and non-metals, and so this is the basic classification of the pure substances.